Well, here we are. We're here with Zac Brown. Thank you so much for having us out here. I mean, it's been such a pleasure seeing the Southern Ground, and I feel like you work all of the time, like all of the time.
I got a lot of great people, man. A lot of great help, and we can set things in motion now. I can dream up something, and they start running, and they go, and it's a testament to the tribe of people that we have.
Sure. Well, it's definitely impressive. So congratulations on all the success. And we talked on the phone one time. I think I just started in radio. It's probably like 3-4 years ago. And you were telling me all about the cookbook at the time. And I was super excited. You could tell you were super excited about it. And like 2 weeks later, I get this package in the mail. Cookbook shows up. You and the whole band signed it. Thank you for that.
Yeah, you know? My pleasure, man.
And that's the first thing I tell people when I say, you want to know about Zac Brown? Like, that's just the kind of guy that you are. And this whole Southern Ground is just impressive.
Thank you.
And we got to see the Camp Southern Ground, and I know that means a lot to you. What to you is most exciting about Camp Southern Ground?
The difference that it's going to make for a lot of kids, and help to give them a little something that they can hold on to. They get to be in an environment that pushes their boundaries and also helps them understand each other and understand nutrition, understand a lot of things that matter they might not get to learn, or it might emphasize things that they already know. But the difference that you can make in a kid's life, it's been in 1 week in an environment like that, was huge. It was huge for me. It helped to change me.
So when you were a kid, you did the camp thing. I never got to do that. What is like the memory that sticks out to you the most?
There's a lot of it, man. I remember one time that one of the first times that I went, and I was probably 8 years old, and there's a group of kids, there's probably 7 or 8 of us, and there's this spider web that's made out of rope. And so we'd hiked in the woods a little bit. Some of the kids were from like inner city. They'd never been in the woods ever. And so we're walking through the woods, and we come to the spider web, and the staff walked on the other side, or the counselors walked on the other side, and they said, you guys have to get through that spider web without touching it and over to the other side. Everyone does. And so these kids will barely even talk to each other the first day. But when they have to realize that they physically have to like lift each other up and pass each other through this thing, it gives them an amazing, and it's just such a simple exercise.
Sure.
But them accomplishing that and doing it and just being so proud that they did. And then after they just had that connection, just that little bit of just contact with each other, and it broke down the walls where they're like, okay, that's my buddy. I lifted him through so by the end of the week, they'll be like crying because they have to leave each other.
Sure.
And the first day they won't even hardly talk to each other. So it takes away all the technology which is needed these days. No iPads, no iPhones, no iPods stuff. So the whole camp is void of technology except for the technology center, which will connect us into other classrooms all over the world, and they get to see other kids from all different corners of the world. And it's I knew that we could build it. Mm-hmm. I knew that we could bring the people together, and what we want to do is empower people that are helping to heal kids and make kids better and engage them and really give them the best platform that they can for it. So that's our goal with the camp, is to empower people that are really helping kids and give them a campus to do it on.
Sure. We're out here from Phoenix. We just saw you out in Phoenix right before the Super Bowl. We had a fun show out there.
Yes, sir.
We love having you out there every time. Is there something about Phoenix that kind of sticks out in your mind other than the heat?
Yeah, I know it's hot there too, man. You know what? I love a lot of the local artwork there. I always try to find somewhere. There's some great artists there. That's one of the things that I've found out about, and the craftsmanship. Some of the jewelry and the stuff that's made there locally is really cool, because I love to create things too, as we do here in the shop. But craftsmanship, Southwest, really cool stuff.
With the new record coming out, I see that you got to work with Sara Bareilles, and she's been a favorite of mine for years and years and years. And has there been someone along the way that you've not gotten to work with, or what was it like to work with Sara? I mean,
she's fantastic. She took time out of making her musical. She wrote a musical and has been working on that, which I'm excited to see. And so she didn't actually come to the studio. She sang in her studio there, and we just FaceTimed while she was doing it.
Nice.
And so while we were doing it, I was, making some faces at her while she was singing, and she was, she cussed at me a little bit, just kind of joking around. And so I took I took the Pro Tools file of her talking and rearranged a bunch of the words. So the first version of the song that she got back to hear, I had her saying all kinds of colorful things throughout the song, so that was fun. I was like, listen to this version by yourself first before you play it for anybody else. And but she's such a great spirit, and her voice is awesome. She did a great job.
There's something about her on stage. I mean, similar to yourself, but just some people. It's cool to see someone doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And I feel the same when I've seen you on stage. Now, you're doing the Today Show, and Fallon, all this stuff coming up. You ever get nervous? Like, you got national TV watch. I mean, like, have you just done it so much you don't, or?
I don't get nervous about TV and stuff like that. And my wife pointed this out to me too. She's like, sometimes when you play on TV, you close your eyes a little bit more. And I think that's because usually the lights are really bright in there, and there's not like a huge crowd to engage with and like go out to. You're kind of playing in a small, because all the studios look big in person. I mean, look big on TV, and in person they're like tiny.
Yeah.
Tiny little room, and so I've challenged myself with this one to make sure that I engage the camera like I would somebody at a live show, to being able to do it. So I don't get nervous about that anymore. The only time that I still get a little nervous is when I'm around people that their music has meant a lot to me, and getting to do that. But this last week I played the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction. I played a song with Tom Morello, did a song a Paul Butterfield song, Born in Chicago. And then after that, for the finale, I was backing up, the Beatles, Paul McCartney and Ringo and Stevie Wonder and Bill Withers and John Legend and Joan Jett and, everybody all on one stage. Those are the moments where I'm just like, holy crap, how did I get here? But I'm not going to complain about it. I'm not going to question it too much. Just like bask in it,
I mean, with everything that you've done, is there something that you haven't done yet that you're just thinking, man, if I can get through all this, because I know you're just a guy that's always got a vision of what's going on, what's next. So what's something that you haven't done that you still want to get into?
Man, really, a lot of the stuff that we're doing here now, it's just about elevating it, scaling the stuff that we have done, and getting it to the point to where we're making full lines of products here and making enough of the volume to have it distributed out to places. So that's going to be a lot of our focus. And after making the record, and then the other one is just being with my kids and and spending time. We homeschool them, so it's fun because I get to do all the like weird physics and science experiments and like teach them how to shoot and how to how to make things, and it's fun, man. So
what's one thing that you've learned since being a dad that you wouldn't have thought of before?
Being a dad makes you tough, man. I mean, all the kids and keeping their schedule or whatever, like people that don't have kids complain about little stuff like, oh, she woke me up from my nap or woke me up from whatever. But like, you want some boot camp training, get you 5 kids and hang out with them a little bit. I think it taught me to be tough, and it also taught me that I have to live the person that I want to be now, because they know it. They see everything, and they know everything, and they see how I handle situations. And if I'm kind of like complaining about something or whatever, I'll realize that they're listening, and I realize so much more about myself, the things that I shouldn't be, by being around them,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, Zach, thank you so much for joining us. Thanks for having us, and just
yeah,
congrats
man,
on all the
thank
success,
you.
man. Thank you very much.
Thanks for helping bringing some focus to the camp too, because it's a huge thing, and it'll come back to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.